I know the last episode seemed to stop abruptly, and that was intentional. It deserved to stand on its own and breathe before we went any deeper. But I knew even then there had to be a part two, because this conversation needed space to go further, to name what's really happening beneath the surface, where trauma masquerades as love and patterns keep us bound. So, if you didn't listen to the last episode, go check it out and then come on back. We'll be here when you return. Now, for the rest of you, welcome back, beloved. This is Between Lovers, the Heart and Soul Chronicles. I'm T, your sacred guide, here to hold space for your soul's truth, to guide where I'm lifted and to share as I learn. There are moments in this life where you finally realize you weren't in love, you were in need, and he or she was simply the one who made the need feel holy. But need isn't love, addiction isn't love, and the trauma that told you this was the best you could have, it lied. This episode is for the one who stayed too long, and it's for the one who thought being needed made him a man. It's for the woman who becomes chaos, and the man who hid inside her need because he didn't know how to be whole alone. This isn't an attack, it is an awakening. This isn't about shame, it's about sovereignty. Let the truth find you, wherever you are. Let it hurt if it must, because the truth is how we come home. This is The Blueprint Never Lies, when trauma masquerades as love. We must name this clearly. You cannot have a healthy relationship with someone you cannot hold accountable. And accountability gets a bad name these days, as if it's the big bad wolf we should keep locked in the closet. But accountability is love's guardrail. It keeps two souls steady on the path of truth. Many men struggle to see women as worthy, not because they're incapable of love, but because of the blueprint handed down in their homes. If a boy grew up watching his mother dismissed, abused, or numbed by substances, if he saw her cycle through partners or turn her pain into control, his nervous system learns this is womanhood. If he saw a father who was physically present but emotionally absent, who worked hard but never connected, who was verbally sharp but excused it with, "You should be grateful, others don't have a father," then cruelty feels like normal, and neglect starts to look like love. Those long marriages built on tension, obligation, and codependency, well, those taught that longevity mattered more than health. Fear was safer than freedom, and endurance was worth more than truth. The unspoken lessons become stay, even if it destroys you. Longevity and pain feel safer than starting over. But humans don't learn worth through words. We learn through actions, through repetition. And when those actions are rooted in fear and control, they plant destructive patterns and low self-worth that follows us in every relationship. And the same is true for daughters. A woman's sense of worth in love is often shaped first by her father. If she watched him overwork and never come home, she learns absence is normal. If he abandoned the family, she learns love leaves. If he belittled her mother, she learns disrespect is a part of intimacy. If he was abusive with hands, words, or silence, she may carry that into adulthood, confusing pain for passion and control for care. Even a father who financially provided well, but never fully embraced his daughter, he taught her that love is money without tenderness, structure without safety, and provision without presence. So when these daughters grow, they often accept partners who mirror the same absence, believing endurance is devotion, mistaking survival for love. And we must name what is often left unsaid: the impact of a mother's wound on her children. A mother's unresolved pain shapes sons and daughters in ways that echo through every relationship they touch. Toxic mothering doesn't always look violent. It often looks like love twisted by survival, discipline rooted in fear, coddling rooted in loneliness, loyalty rooted in trauma. The impact is real. Boys who struggle to see women clearly, girls who struggle to see themselves clearly, adults who confuse love with labor, sacrifice with worth, and bondage with belonging. And these are only a few examples, but there are so many more because these wounds are common, but not normal. And this is where the heartache deepens. Because the wounds of mother and father don't stay in childhood, they spill into our adult intimacy, shaping how we give, receive, and suffer in love. For men, these wounds can look like choosing women to rescue because they rescued their mother emotionally, expecting to be mothered by their partners, resenting women because their mothers disciplined harshly or leaned on them emotionally, staying loyal to dysfunction because they were trained to carry their mother's pain, believing provision is love because that's all they saw modeled, using silence as power because emotion was weakness, acting out disrespect because disrespect was normalized, equating longevity with success even if the relationship is lifeless. For women, these wounds can look like overgiving in love because sacrifice was modeled as worth, silencing truth because their mother silenced hers, confusing loyalty with bondage because endurance was praised as virtue, seeking unhealthy partners because their mother's pain became their blueprint, accepting neglect as normal, mistaking criticism for love, confusing passion with pain, believing love always leaves. But here's a truth, beloved. When these wounds remain unhealed, they bind men and women in unconscious contracts. Contracts that whisper, I will replay my childhood with you, if you agree to replay yours with me. This is why so many tolerate what breaks them, because bondage disguised as intimacy feels familiar, because long marriages rooted in silence and control were passed down as commitment, because fear of starting over has been stronger than faith in starting anew. But love was never meant to be survival. It was always meant to be liberation. It's so reflection time. Go ahead and open your notes app or grab your notepad and a pen, and let's get busy. What have I confused for love that was actually trauma? Do I feel safe in silence or do I panic when it's quiet? Have I ever stayed because someone needed me, not because they saw me? Am I addicted to chaos because peace makes me feel invisible? What does my nervous system say about the relationship I'm in? If I believed I was already worthy, who would I stop chasing? What truth do I know that I keep trying to forget? To the ones who think this is love, to the girl who thought her crying was connection, to the boy who thought her need was love, to the man who got high on her pain, and to the woman who turned her anxiety into a performance of loyalty, to the one who stayed because comfort was louder than clarity. Yeah, I see you. To the one who punishes peace because it didn't feel familiar. I know this. The blueprint never lies. The body keeps score, and eventually, the soul speaks. You may not understand this yet. You may think this is just a phase. But when you're alone, when the silence finally settles, your nervous system will tell you the truth. This wasn't love, it was survival. And you're ready to live. You were warned, and now you are free. Please do not forget to like and subscribe. Please don't forget to share. Follow Between Lovers on TikTok and Instagram, BTWN LVRS. That is it. I love you guys, and I look forward to seeing you this week. I have a new surprise episode coming to you. We're going to be wrapping up the Divine Partnership series. This next episode is the last one, and then we're going to get back to some new fly things I have in store for you guys. So, I adore you all. Thank you for following along with me. I hope you enjoy this journey. Please don't forget to leave a review. If you have any thoughts, let me know. I can probably do a podcast episode about it. All right. Walk gently. Walk boldly. Walk soulfully. We rise from here. This is Between Lovers. I'm T. Peace.